invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. We are delighted and honored to welcome you to this roundtable investment and export opportunities in the pharmaceutical sector in Ethiopia.
I think it's important to note that this is a country of 100 million plus, but in addition to that, it is within the COMESA market, which is a 500 million population. We are, signatories to the African Free Trade and Continental Free Trade Area. That is a 1 billion plus population. And it has been mentioned by the panelists that we have, Madame Lelesi was mentioning this, we have a very good center of excellence in terms of producing not only affordable labor, but trained labor. So this is essential with the pharmaceutical universities and schools near the industrial parks, and in addition to that, the vocational training centers. We have this base familiarity of the Benelux countries in how to do business in Ethiopia, because they are linked with exporting pharmaceutical equipments and medicines. I think that is the beginning for investment, because it will familiarize you about how the country operates, and then usually it leads to investment. So this is a very good point to raise, and I believe there are also some European companies, in addition to the Indian and the Chinese companies, that are interested to invest. But I know there was, even in the past few months, there were pharmaceutical companies that were inaugurated that we were looking at in the news. We are ready for investment. It's a huge country. It's a 1.1 million square kilometers land, in addition to being 100 million plus. And now, the challenge is subsiding. We are heading to dialogue, reconciliation, and regardless of this problem, investment, trade, business has been ongoing. As you know, the Ethiopian Airlines flies 7 days a week to Belgium. It's going to start soon to the Netherlands. We're in Liège, we have the second largest, cargo hub. So the facility is there for, to engage, and a standard gauge and refrigerated this time, I believe, train that goes through Djibouti and reaches out to the world.
You all are an anchor investors in the pharma sector. We are open for the new ideas and new comments and new concerns you have. We will definitely adopt those points accordingly. So let me get back to the specific question that has been raised. So the first one is regarding to the labor or workforce side. Majorly, most of our industrial park that has been mentioned through CEO of Sandokan, Mr. Sandokan. So most of our parks near to the universities, especially with the faculty of pharma and manufacturing side as well. So in the labor force, we don't have any challenge. We will definitely provide. And as it's mentioned through the presentation, most of our population, 70% and more than that, is young, energetic, very capable. They will definitely cope up with new technology and new ideas. So in the workforce side, we will definitely provide what's expected from your side, and we will definitely provide through you. And we have also a minister who's leading a labor and job creation. They will definitely link through that as well. And there's also a vocational centers who definitely arrange a technical perspective of giving lessons to them.
For 2025, Ethiopia aims to be the leading manufacturing hub in Africa and a preferred destination for foreign direct investment. So why invest? We are a young and productive age group that accounts for 60% of the population of 105 million people, trainable and available at competitive wages. With duty-free and quota-free access to major export destinations, including EU markets, a signatory to the African Continental Free Trade Area that unlocks the market potential of 1.2 billion. We are strategically located with proximity to the Middle East, Europe, US, and Asia, offering a wide-ranging incentive package for priority sectors and export-oriented investments. The newly built Addis-Djibouti electric-powered railway connects the capital and other economic corridors to the port of Djibouti. Africa's world-class and Star Alliance member, Ethiopian Airlines, flying to over 100 international destinations and 40-plus dedicated cargo destinations. There is huge investment potential in renewable energy, including hydro, wind, and geothermal. We now have expansive road networks connecting national and regional markets and state-of-the-art industrial parks, both public and privately owned, offering impressive benefits. Ethiopia's policy reforms spearheads industrialization through investment in these sectors: textile and apparel, leather and leather products, agro-processing, horticulture, pharmaceuticals, ICT and electronics, tourism, and energy. As a national flagship initiative, industrial parks are designed to realize the vision of the Ethiopian government to transform the economy from agricultural to industrial base through creation of employment opportunities and export expansion without corresponding increases in environmental pressure. Industrial parks establishment in Ethiopia will therefore enhance economic growth and play a significant role in creating employment opportunities and become the government's focus. Kilinto Industrial Park. Kilinto Industrial Park is located in Addis Ababa City Administration with a total area of 279 hectares of land to manufacture pharmaceutical medicines. As the land of origin rises, with courage and honor, it calls on the world to come and seize the vast investment opportunities. Ethiopia is now open for business.
One of our industry parks specifically for the pharma sector, which is located in the city, in the capital city, Addis, and the total area is more than 279 hectares, specialized for pharma sector. Not only in terms of land volume, we have also world-class infrastructures tailored for pharma sectors. We built a world-class treatment plant, zero liquid discharge. We have dedicated power substations and state-of-the-art infrastructures like telecom, road, and other relevant facilities for pharma sectors. It's also situated strategically nearby to the airport and also dry port and other logistics that are important for importers and exporters. One of the most important and key role of these infrastructures is beyond providing state-of-the-art infrastructure, we have one-stop service, which our investors that are operating in the industrial parks will get any public and private services relevant for their service is going to be provided from the park inside. So they're not going to go out for any services. So with this one-stop service, banking, custom, investment commission, other utility providers are going to provide their service from in the compound.
So why you invest in the health sector in Ethiopia? Because government is committed to fulfill the universal health coverage, as well as government still committed to achieve those goals mentioned in Sustainable Development Goals. Communicable diseases are becoming our burden of disease, which is an opportunity for non-communicable disease or pharmaceutical and other diagnostic point of care diagnostic medical equipments also. There is high political commitment to improve health infrastructure, health professionals, and also the health services. And being the largest population, the second populous country in Africa, the demand and the economic growth and the opportunity for the market is also equivalent, directly proportional to that one. Our priority investment areas in the health sector, as I have mentioned, tertiary healthcare service for those advanced medical services, you can be engaged in here, it is allowed now. Advanced diagnostic service, it is possible. Medical product manufacturing, which I will later describe in a well detailed manner. Also, you may engage in human resource development, pre-hospital emergency care, and healthcare technologies and innovation. These are open for engagement.
The medicine market authorization or certification CCM is one of the top priority areas that have been implemented by Ethiopian FDA, which involve activities such as GMP inspection of the facilities for GMP compliance, dosage assessment, which consists of quality and clinical sections, quality control test of the drug product for physicochemical and microbiological compliance. So this is the top priority of the authorities' responsibility.
The national initiative to improve ease of doing business launched, and over 80 reform agendas are undertaken. So as an Ethiopia, placing Ethiopia among the top 100 doing business ranking countries. So based on the World Bank Index, so we have to be improved starting a business, dealing with construction permit, getting credits and paying taxes. So we are reforming of doing business. So how companies or businessmen make business as easy as other countries. So there is a national initiative and leads by the Prime Minister. So we are vision for this one to make our rank top of 100 doing business. Corporate income tax in Ethiopia is 30% for the net profit. So those who invest in the manufacturing sectors have huge, which means up to 6 and 6 years income tax exemption period based on the value proposition, and also incentives with non-physical incentives already mentioned, and also other incentives, which means one-stop shop service.
Is that to make sure that we can implement new facility, new infrastructure in the pharmaceutical industry in the low and middle income country, it's important to work on the whole ecosystem. And for this, we actually are tackling 3 key challenges. The first one that is really important for us is the workforce development, because if we want to develop some capacities in some countries, it's really important also to make sure that all the workforce development and training is something that that goes in the right direction, I would say. The second pillar is the infrastructure, and for that we actually believe, and we developed and commercialized already in our group some lower cost, lower investment and lower footprint equipment to build and produce viral vector vaccines or also biosimilars, so for all the cancer treatment, for instance. The last pillar that is quite important for us also to work on in this ecosystem is actually all the licensing part, because of course it's really great to come and build some capacities, but there is also a need to make sure that products come along with that, and so we provide support in licensing. That would like to actually produce bulk and maybe also I would say ship it to the countries. So it could be the case for Ethiopia.
It might also be interesting for our Ethiopian friends to know who are the companies around the table and what might be their interest in Ethiopia. And once again, emphasizing our interest in the Ethiopian market and Ethiopia as a destination for our pharma companies.
Mrs. Maria de Los Angeles Garcia, who is the CEO of Dignity Service. I have built within Dignity Service a startup ecosystem over the last 4 years that is becoming a new private platform that will walk the talk of Europe towards Africa, Caribbean, Pacific countries. We have a strategy to mainly make sure the people of Africa, Caribbean, Pacific countries benefit from the funding structured either privately or publicly through Europe. And this is what Dignity Service is becoming. We have secured for $5 billion US funding for 25 projects in 2021. Those projects will be rolled out as from Q2 2022. I'm here because I want to understand the opportunity for Dignity Service to accompany, on one hand, bottom up, the president of Ethiopia in the priority projects of the private-public partnership initiatives under the National Development Plan of the government of Ethiopia.
So much. So I'm Muriel Perrin. I'm a project manager Africa for AMB EcoSteril. So we are a Belgium-based company, and we are manufacturing industrial machines for medical waste decontamination. And we are working, this is type of machine very different from incinerators or autoclaves, so only using electricity. So it's a very green technology. And also the waste coming out of the machine, we can sort it and recycle it. So it's very innovative. We are almost building these machines for 20 years, and we have several projects going on in Africa, especially a big one in Kenya for already 8 years now, starting a second phase. So there, our machines are placed in big hospitals, and they are really taking care of the machines. So we are selling the machines, but the purpose is also to go there locally to train the people and really, for example, in Kenya, we have a local team also present to help at any time if there are problems. So we are really following up the projects for a couple of years. So now also developing in Ghana, Gambia, Senegal. And we had already a discussion more than 1 year ago with Madame the Ambassador and also the Minister of Health. So we are hoping now maybe also to try to place this type of machines in Ethiopia. Thank you.
Here to this very interesting roundtable. I represent Johnson & Johnson. I'm a director for government affairs and policy for EMEA region, so Europe, Middle East, and Africa. And I'm here to understand much better the ambitions and plans of Ethiopian government, cooperation within African Union, but also all the projects that are ongoing and planned by the government to support pharmaceutical industry in Ethiopia.
So there are two aspects in my understanding of this meeting. One is the export of medicines, pharmaceutical products to Ethiopia, and the other one is manufacturing in the industrial park. So regarding the export of pharmaceutical products to Ethiopia, is there a centralized platform where the most urgent needs are listed so that people that are willing to export know the most important needs in Ethiopia? So this is one of the one question. Is it possible to understand in the same vein the most urgent needs in terms from the Ethiopian market perspectives, and giving maybe a profile of the type of project that you would like to attract to make sure that there's a perfect match from here, so from Belgium, Luxembourg, and Netherlands, and from what Ethiopia expects at the Kilinto Industrial Park? So this will be my two questions.
I would like to introduce the Trade Foundation that is based in Ethiopia. So we are an extension program of the Netherlands Embassy in Ethiopia, the economic department. And basically what we are doing is promoting sustainable trade and investment between Ethiopia and the Netherlands. So currently, as one of the priority areas, both by the Ethiopian government and the Dutch, we are focusing on the health sector. So it's really important for us to engage with the stakeholders that are present here today.
The Kilinto Industrial Park is a huge facility and a brand new facility which started operating in the last 1 year. So the occupancy level is also yet to start, less than 50%. So we expect more investment from this onwards. From the facility perspective, it's more than 279 hectare. And from this, 177 hectare is leasable. So it can accommodate different diversified products on the pharma sectors. Name it biomedical equipment, syrups, tablet, and so on and so on. Even other auxiliary services in order to fully operationalize all manufacturers that are going to invest in the facility.
In the infrastructure side, as it mentioned through the PowerPoint, and we will definitely share you what we have in our hands. All the industrial parks is ready, and majorly basic infrastructure, horizontal infrastructure are there. The road, the power, the water, any that really helps to build the vertical infrastructure are there. For your information, the last 7 months, we have been attracted $1.9 billion of investment to our country, majorly with the manufacturing sector and service sector. So there is a huge interest from abroad to invest in our country because we are very competitive and we are ready to be a hub for Africa. The government will definitely purchase some of the amount of that they are going to produce or manufacture in our country. That definitely will help them to see the market. And it's not only the opportunity of Ethiopia's market, but it will be a gate for other Africans, including East African and other including West Africans. So it will be a huge opportunity of demand on sourcing those pharma products from Ethiopia.
Regarding the technology transfer, yes, our companies, we need technology transfer partner. It will be best utilized, such technology transfer, if you could have office here or a liaison office here, especially when this industry park is fully equipped with industries or hosted by, when it hosted, we are expecting more than 50 companies will be hosted on this one. All these industries require some kind of technology, like a bioequivalence study, different kind of calibration. So there is a room of opportunity for this market also. I want to emphasize this one. Thank you so much. Also, vaccine is our priority. Sooner or later, we will be graduating from Gavi. Our vaccines in the expanded immunization programs are funded by Gavi, which is a donor, UN-related donor, which sponsors most LMIC countries for their routine vaccine immunization program. So we need to be prepared for that one. That's why we are, this COVID pandemic has also shown us that really building vaccine manufacturing capability should be something that should be pursued strongly by the government.
Visit is important, seeing is believing. I know the regional hubs will facilitate and support us in this. I would like to really thank Madam Lili Selemi, Mr. Sondokan, Mr. Fasika, Mr. Ajma for this wonderful presentation, and all the 8 companies, 14 participants that have been here this morning. I would like to assure you that the embassy and my team are here to facilitate for any further question that will be evolving from this discussion. So I would like to thank you all.